I'm speaking today with Neil from Poptent. Neil, can you tell me in about 10 seconds, what does your company do and what is your role there?
You know, we do video productions. We do them through crowdsourcing, though. It's a rather unique production approach where we send out an advertising brief to 30,000 people and we get 50 commercials back and we turn them over to the brand. My role with the company is I'm president.
What kind of commercials are you getting sent back in and for what brands?
You know, we do an awful lot of work for Anheuser-Busch and for Procter & Gamble, also Nestle, American Express, who's here at the conference as well. So we usually work with a lot of the top brands. We provide them with an assortment of videos to choose from. Most of them get used online, but a portion of them also make it to TV.
Oh, that's great. So actual contributed videos from the audience itself is actually going on TV.
Yeah, and our audience is really comprised of semi-professionals and professional videographers. So it's a higher quality of production than you would see on what they used to call user-generated content. We've taken it a step beyond and made it a lot more creative, a lot more appealing to the brands, and a lot more professional in appearance.
Now, crowdsourcing sounds like a great idea. I think everybody should take advantage of it, but sometimes it's a little hard actually sourcing the crowd, getting people to contribute. What's your secret? How do you get people to actually send in information?
Well, we've been building up our crowd since 2007, so now we're at over 38,000 creators. Many of them have been with us for quite some time. So we built up the momentum. Now it's very easy. All you have to do is give them a lot of great work. And when you're working with brands like Anheuser-Busch and Procter & Gamble, they really enjoy the opportunity to do commercial work for a major company like that.
Okay, so I'm looking for some specific advice. I'm with a brand. Can you please give me one piece of advice about things that I need to be doing in-house in order to take advantage of crowdsourcing and or using video really strategically, and one piece of advice about how I should work with a vendor to do this?
Well, I think the first piece of advice is you have to let go of your brand a little bit. These people are professionals. They will treat your brands and your logos and marks with the kind of attention that you would hope for and the kind of detail. So letting go of your brand is the biggest hurdle that most of our brands have right now as they jump into it. And then in picking a vendor, there's not many of us out there, so take a look at what they're offering and the type of work they do. I always recommend go directly to the portfolios and take a look at the quality of the creative. If it's up to snuff and you think it'll work with your brand, that's the direction you should go.
You've been in this space for a little while. What most surprised you from this last year?
You know, I think it's the quality of the work that's been coming back. You know, as we've increased the number of people in our crowd, we are finding that they are producing much higher quality work than we ever expected. And that's why a lot of the stuff is actually ending up on TV, although our original design was to put it on online.
Well, there's a lot of talent out there. It's great that you're tapping it.
Yeah, and they're having fun. You know, they're getting a chance to work on brands they never imagined they'd be doing commercial work for. So they're excited. They're building up their portfolio. And the brands are excited because they're getting some great commercial work at about a tenth of the cost.
I was just going to ask about that. Fiscally, that's a very creative, very good deal.
Yeah, it really is, because, as a matter of fact, the more commercials you buy, the cheaper it gets, because once you get past the fee portion of our arrangement, it really is a very modest price for each commercial. On average, our brands are picking up somewhere in the vicinity of 3 to 4 commercials out of every assignment. So we're spreading the wealth very well amongst our community.
Okay, let's look ahead into 2012. What is your number one piece of advice for brands who want to use this kind of thing in reaching their audience?
You know, I think the biggest advice I'd give them is to jump in and get a test started right away. You want to know going into 2012 that you have a company and a partner that you can work with, that you can count on and that you could trust. And the only way to do that is to actually experience what the process is like and how it will work. So I encourage people to jump in it now in 2011 so that when the money frees up again in 2012, you're not spending $350,000 for a commercial, you're spending a fraction of that. And then you can benefit from that all year long because you have more money for media.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, finally, last question. What's your number one success story from the last year?
You know, it's hard to pin it down, but I think our relationship with American Express was probably our number one success. They ended up doing a total of 3 campaigns with us over a short period of time, targeting small business customers of theirs, and they were just thrilled with the results. The quality was very high. We were very happy with the results, and the creative community was thrilled because they bought multiple commercials.
Neil, thank you very much.